Oh yeah, another exciting time it is to be back right here once again with pinpoint and in-depth analysis. Of course, you already know how we do it. This series is highly exclusive to your football beyond the same channel, Football Gazette. Of course, you can do well to subscribe and follow us on all our social media platforms as it's being scrolled on your screen. On today's installment, we will be taking a look at the battle teams jostling to avoid the drop come the end of the season. Of course, we'll have a couple of them, not even three this time around, not four, not five. I mean, it's proven to be an unusual season. We are having up to like 6-7 teams jostling for relegation with just an average of maybe 4-5 points in between them, and I think that's really unusual. This is the second half of the season and we're still having like up to 7 teams jostling to avoid the drop. I mean, that's really interesting to see. Of course, rock bottom of the table we have Southampton. I mean, the question is, what's really gone wrong with Southampton? A lot. Ralph Arsenal is Southampton at some point used to occupy the 6th, 7th position in previous season. But this season, I mean, the narrative has changed. I mean, it's we're not used to seeing the Southampton we used to see in previous season. Now they are rock bottom of the Premier League table, just on 15 points all season. Meanwhile, the Gunners are on 50 points. Yeah, you heard me right, 50 points. And now we have Southampton FC just on 15 points. I mean, that's really massive and not so good for the team. As it is now, it appears as though they would be carried away by the relegation waters, and they are not the only one. Of course, we have AFC Bournemouth as well. AFC Bournemouth, you know them, new boys. AFC Bournemouth this time around. Well, meanwhile, where other new boys are doing maybe fine for themselves, the likes of Fulham and a couple of others. I mean, this AFC Bournemouth, they are really struggling. It is, they are struggling to get their toes when it comes to getting points in the Premier League table. Of course, we have Everton as well. Frank Lampard was shown the exit door some weeks ago, and now we had Sean Dyche. Of course, he won his first match not against an ordinary opponent, against table toppers, Gunners. I mean, what a way to do it. Actually getting that massive 3 points to bounce his players back from their horrible past couple of results. Of course, he actually got them that victory and that led them out of the bottom 2 up onto the 3rd to the bottom on the Premier League log.
Well, it remains to be seen if they will be able to continue the fine form under their new manager there, saying Dutcher. And let's see what happens. You know, after playing just 1 game, they've only recorded 4 wins, 6 draws, and 11 losses, conceding 28 goals in the league. And I think that's a lot. I mean,
that's really terrible.
That's a lot. But let's see what the new manager has come in to do. We saw his performance against the table toppers, in which they were able to defeat them thanks to that goal in the 68th minute for Everton, and they did well to hold tight and keep themselves in shape to hold, and that gave Arsenal their second loss of the season, and maybe their first win, Everton's first win in the past 6 games. And you can see that's a good way to start as a new manager and the coach. So let's see what the new manager will be able to do for Everton in the next 5 matches. Let's see, maybe at the end of the day they would be able to progress from the 18th position to maybe 15th or 14th before the end of the season.
Well, let's just hope. And 3 points separating Leeds United occupying the 17th position and the bottom of the table, and that's Southampton FC. Like I said earlier, of course, we still have a whole lot of them. We have Leeds United, we have West Ham United, Wolverhampton Wanderers, not forgetting Leicester City as well, still in that ranks with just 21 points all season. Well, starting from Nottingham Forest. Now let's talk about Nottingham Forest.
Okay.
For the most part of the beginning of the season, Nottingham Forest were languishing rock bottom of the table. What has changed? I mean, this team actually believed in the recruitment they made over the summer. I mean, not forgetting they actually broke transfer record, actually getting in over 25 new players. I mean,
that's a lot.
That's massive.
Exactly.
And to imagine, when the season started, they were rock bottom for quite a long while. But then, at what point the miracle started? Well, Nottingham Forest occupying the 13th position. I mean, they've really gone up so high as it is to even imagine. Left to me then, I was thinking, oh, this team definitely, they are relegation bound.
Well, at this point now, I think I can guarantee they will be staying put in the league this season, and for their next campaign.
I mean, they're just on 24 points, though.
You can see that the recent performance: 3 wins and 2 draws. They haven't lost a game in their last 5 games.
It shows the business.
Exactly. Over 20 players coming in is not a joke, and I think they should get results for what they brought in, and we should just see that on the pitch when they do that match after match. Don't let us forget they've defeated some high-profile clubs this season, including the likes of Liverpool, and also drawing against Chelsea, and many more top 4 clubs they faced this season. Although they lost to Manchester United recently, and you can see their performance. Their last 5 games have been so fantastic. 3 wins and 2 draws. You can see there. Let's see what they can do before the season ends. We still have a lot of games to play. This is just game 21, and let's see what happens at the end of the league come May.
All right, Crystal Palace is another side we're talking about. Of course, they are occupying the 12th position on the league. Same point with Nottingham Forest. I mean, on 24 points both. Now, Crystal Palace, they've proven over time, season in, season out, to be these giant killers. Of course, we've seen them getting maximum results against the likes of Manchester City, against the likes of Chelsea, Arsenal in times past. This season has been somewhat different from what we used to see. They've just been a shadow of themselves. They've been falling like a pack of cats in the faces of fellow strugglers. To imagine they're still in the relegation battle race. It's amazing. Patrick Vieira. Okay, of course, maybe not too experienced when it comes to overseeing any work or job in the Premier League, but then I think Crystal Palace happens to be his first job in the Premier League. For you, has he really done so badly?
Well, I think this season there's a lot of changes there. Last season we saw them. They had the possession of Conor Gallagher of Chelsea, who was on loan, and I think very pivotal.
He emerged their best player last season.
It was very pivotal for them last season, but this season a lot has changed for Patrick Vieira's side. You can see they are sitting in the 12th position with 6 wins, 6 draws, and 9 losses, conceding 29 goals this season, and they have minus 10 goal deficit this season, and that's a lot. Their last 5 games, they have failed to win in any of the last 5 games. You can see they had 2 draws and 3 losses, which is not so nice for a team who is willing to compete. Yes, that is true. We've seen them in the time past competing against the likes of Manchester City, Chelsea, Liverpool. I think this season they've even defeated Manchester United. So you can see, I think they started the season well, but all of a sudden things begin to deteriorate for them, and this is where they had the moment, and they just have to accept this. We can only say, okay, let's hope they improve on their recent performance.
Well, let's hope with subsequent performances they will be able to salvage their season. Of course, talking about the relegation battle now, we have 3 teams occupying the relegation spot, and that are AFC Bournemouth, Southampton, and Everton. Let's see if either of these sides will be doing everything possible within their reach to just make it out of the bottom 3. Like I said, it's a marathon here. It's never a sprint. I won't be surprised if Southampton still makes it out of this particular.
I will be surprised.
Okay, you will be surprised.
I will be surprised because at the moment, nothing is right with them. They are not getting the result they wanted. If anybody should make it out of here, I think it should be Everton or Leeds United, who recently lay off their manager and are bringing in their interim manager to take over their next match against the match against Manchester United. So let's see what happens.
Well, one interesting thing about relegation battles. Up until the last day of the Premier League season, it gets hot up, gets interesting. You want to see who is going down the drop, who is retaining their status in the English Premier League. So for you now, we have 3 teams presently occupying the position. Okay, in no particular order, can you list your 3 teams going down the drop? Well, in no particular order. There's no need for you saying, okay, 18th, 19th, or 20. Just pick your relegation guys or G's at the end of the day.
Southampton definitely will be there.
Okay.
AFC Bournemouth definitely will be there.
Okay, you mean they're going back to where they came from?
Yeah, exactly. And we might probably see West Ham United if
West Ham
things
United.
does not change.
I really want to share that sentiment. West Ham United is another side we're talking about. They've been poor all season.
I
mean, it appears as though David Moyes already lost his mojo. I mean, this is same West Ham United who we used to see in previous seasons doing wonders against Manchester City, against Manchester United, Chelsea. Of course, we remember last season where they actually emerged 4-2 winners against Chelsea, courtesy of that, or 3-2 winners. Masuaku's goal, near post goal that walked its way past Benjamin Mendy or Edward Mendy. It wasn't really good for Chelsea that season, but then West Ham failed to just replicate such feat this season, and it's really terrible for their status in the Premier League.
There have been a lot of difference for them this season. They have only won 5 games this season. 5, and that's a lot to talk about. And just 1 win in their last 5 matches, it's something we have to talk about as well. The performance this season from West Ham United have not been living up to expectation, and that is what we have been seeing here now. Look at them, 16th position. Well, I still believe David Moyes should be able to turn things around, but if not, I think they are going down this time around.
Well, let's hope and believe West Ham United at the end of the season will be retaining their status. But as for me, I really do feel Southampton might just end up getting on the drop at the end of the season. AFC Bournemouth not excluded as well. But then my last pick, I think I will just reserve that for later. All right, football fans out there, that's the much and the beat we would be able to take on today's installment of your favorite football show. Of course, that's your courtesy of your Football Beyond the Scene channel, Football Gazette. Until next time when we make it on your screens, do have a nice, wonderful time.